Principal told boy to play piano as a joke, the whole school froze. The auditorium buzzed with restless energy as students shuffled into their seats for the annual school talent showcase. Most kids loved the spotlight, eager to show off their dances, jokes, or half-practiced songs. But for 12-year-old Marcus, sitting quietly in the corner with his hands folded, it was just another reminder that he didn't belong. Marcus was shy, soft-spoken, and often teased for wearing hand-me-down clothes. His father, a former construction worker, had been out of work since an accident, and his mother worked nights at a diner just to keep food on the table. For Marcus, blending in was safer than standing out. That's why, when Principal Harris spotted him at the side of the stage, Marcus's stomach sank. "Hey, Marcus," the principal called into the microphone with a grin. "Why don't you show us what you've got? I bet you play piano, don't you?" The audience laughed. Everyone knew Marcus rarely spoke up in class. The suggestion sounded like a joke, a way to get a chuckle from the crowd. Marcus froze. He did play piano. At home, late at night, he would sneak to the old upright his father had rescued years ago. With headphones plugged into a battered keyboard, Marcus taught himself songs by ear, pouring his feelings into every note. But no one at school knew. He never dared to share that part of himself. The laughter echoed, and Principal Harris added, "Come on, give us a tune. Just for fun." Something stirred inside Marcus. Maybe it was the sting of humiliation, or maybe it was the memory of his father telling him, "Son, your music can speak when words can't." Slowly, with trembling legs, Marcus walked to the piano at center stage. The crowd quieted, surprised he was actually going to try. He sat down, his fingers hovering over the keys. For a moment, silence hung heavy in the room. Then, he began to play. At first, it was soft, gentle notes of a melody he'd written himself, something born from long nights of loneliness and hope. The sound filled the auditorium, weaving through the chatter and laughter until both faded into stunned stillness. His hands moved faster, surer, pouring out emotions too big for words, his family's struggles, his longing to be seen, the hope that maybe, just maybe, he wasn't invisible. The crowd froze. Students leaned forward, teachers' jaws dropped, and even Principal Harris's smile disappeared as the music soared. What started as a joke transformed into a breathtaking performance that held every heart captive. When Marcus reached the final chord, he let it linger, vibrating through the air like a secret finally spoken. Then, absolute silence. For 3 long seconds, the room stood still, as if no one dared break the spell. And then, the applause came. Loud. Thunderous. Students jumped to their feet, clapping, cheering, some even wiping tears. Marcus stared in disbelief. For the first time in his life, he wasn't invisible. Principal Harris stepped forward, his face red with both awe and regret. He put a hand on Marcus's shoulder. "I owe you an apology," he said into the microphone. "I thought I was making a joke. But what you just shared with us wasn't funny, it was extraordinary. Thank you." Marcus looked out at the cheering faces, and for once, he didn't shrink away. A smile spread across his face, shy but proud. That night, something shifted. The video of his performance, recorded by a student, spread online. Within days, people across town, then across the country, were watching the boy who turned a cruel joke into a moment of brilliance. Local musicians reached out offering lessons. A church donated a new keyboard. And the school, once a place Marcus dreaded, became a community that celebrated his gift. But the real change wasn't in the attention he received. It was in Marcus himself. He learned that his voice, spoken through music, was powerful. He realized that sometimes the world only laughs until you give it something worth listening to. And Principal Harris? He never again used a student as the butt of a joke. Instead, he became Marcus's biggest supporter, organizing a school music program so other hidden talents could shine. The next year, Marcus opened the talent showcase by choice. This time, when he sat at the piano, there was no trembling in his hands, only confidence, only joy. Because he knew the truth, kindness and courage can transform even the cruelest moment into something unforgettable. And sometimes, the boy no one notices can be the one who stops the whole world in its tracks.